Matt James thinks Katie Thurston will be the best ever to lead The Bachelorette. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have all the details on what Matt had to say about Katie's season, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the wonderful Avery Grooms. Avery, I know we are both so excited about Katie's season, and Matt just revealed he is as excited as the rest of us. E actually asked him if he gave Katie any advice before she stepped into the role, and he joked, quote, "I should have asked Katie for advice. She's incredible. She's going to do so well, and I'm excited for her to have this space to find her person." He continued explaining, "I think she's going to be one of the best to ever do it. It's not going to be a surprise to me as we watch everyone across the country fall in love with her." Truly, such kind words, could not have sung her praises more. If we remember back to Matt's season, he just basically seemed to think that they were better as friends than they were romantically, which I do think, as much as we loved Katie, a lot of us agreed with. But I feel like from these quotes, it's so clear that in their short time together, Katie really made an impact. I mean, those are some really serious words of praise.
Yeah, he was so nice about it. I love how he just hypes her up. And I wish they kind of had more of an intimate relationship, but then at the same time, I feel like we got to see her more as just an individual, not a girl Matt's dating. And I think it kind of helped her in the long run. She got 11th place, but she made such an impact because she's such a likable person and she's so chill and casual, comfortable, all these things. So the way he's talking about her is also just kind of like a best friend. He has her best interests and great promo for Katie. Such kind words.
That's such a good point. It is great promo for her season because listen, not everybody watched Matt James's season, right? Some people out there are way more fans of The Bachelor, way more fans of The Bachelorette, sat out Matt's season. So it's not like she's definitely walking into her season with all of America already on her side, minds made up, everyone's pumped. There's going to be, that window where she either hooks people and gets them on board for her journey, or they're just not on her team. So I definitely think she's going to have a lot of fans once her season starts. I really think because she already does have such a large portion of Bachelor Nation excited for her journey, this season could be a huge success.
Absolutely. I've so far haven't really heard much of anything negative in regards to Katie. You just hear Katie and everyone's like, yes, nothing bad to say about her. Just super excited to see this season and I can't wait to understand more about her because we know she's funny, we know she's chill, we know all these things, but once we see the actual character development come into play as the show goes on and her establishing like intimate relationship with guys, I think that will open up like another door, another side of her, and that's my favorite part of
Mhm.
the show, so I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, major aspects of her personality definitely shined through on Matt's season. Like, we all know, you're so right. Like, she is hilarious. She's a great sense of humor. She takes no BS. We don't really know her yet. There's obviously so much more to Katie, and she's not going to be one of those leads who we saw on a season in Paradise, followed on Instagram for a while, and then sort of popped back on the scene. She's coming straight off of Matt's season, so it's going to be interesting to kind of continue her journey so back to back. It's very exciting. Of course, we could talk about Katie all day, but in this interview, Matt actually opened up and reflected about his own season now that he's had some time to, take a step back, take a breath, heal, honestly. They asked him if he had any regrets, and he said no. He said, quote, "I don't regret anything. It was a great experience, and I learned a lot about myself. I'm very appreciative of that opportunity, and I hope that it sets other people out there of color up for a similar opportunity." So, part of that, of course, he has been saying since day one. Obviously, we know that is so important to him that this hopefully opens the door and continues, to progress the franchise. But I think to hear that even with all of the chaos, he has no regrets. He's just such a mature guy. He has such a great perspective. I continue to be impressed by him.
I'm so impressed. Like he's so mature, so strong to look back on this and say he has no regrets. that's amazing. You just think he would because of the way things ended up. But at the same time, he never did anything wrong. He stayed true to himself. He was 100% with everyone. And, there was nothing bad about him. It was just the way the season turned out. And just more power to him for coming out of this so strong and so maturely because not everyone could do that. And he went through way more than just like being the lead of the show because normally the leads of the show just, they're still in Bachelor Nation, they're still here and there. But this guy was the main name in the media for the past like 3 months. That's not normal. So he went through a lot. And just to come back and say this so calmly, I applaud him.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally with you. Like, people who sign up for this know their lives are going to be, scrutinized by the media, know that people are going to be talking about them online. There's going to be a lot of opinions, not all of them flattering. Like, everyone knows to a certain degree what they're signing on for, especially because past leads have been vocal, right, about the toll it takes. So I definitely think he was prepared to take on that, normal level of scrutiny. Nobody could have known, what it would have been like to sign on for what ultimately Matt went through. And he, elaborated a little bit more on his perspective. And it's really interesting. He said, quote, "It is what it is. You're on a TV show. And that's the reality of it. It was a great life experience. I'm really excited about what's next and a lot of impactful things that I'm working on in the community." So Matt is definitely not hiding out somewhere, just sitting down, watching Netflix, recuperating. He's definitely like on the move. He's staying very busy. He's training for a marathon and a triathlon, which is someone who could never do either of those things. I don't even know what that looks like. Like he said, he's doing a lot of work in his community. And I mean, hello, the elephant in the room, Avery, we now know because he confirmed he's trying to work things out with Rachael. So he's clearly taking steps in his life to prioritize what's really important for him. And as much as I think I'm still sort of blown away by the Rachael news, I'm really happy for him.
I'm so excited that he's finally just moving on and is able to do it because for a while he couldn't even step outside without being questioned about everything. And yes, his journey on the show was long, it was hard, but he was at least able to grow from that. We were able to learn and grow from it. It was all just a learning experience. And he came out of it with so much more opportunities than before. And now potentially still a future girlfriend or, he came out with a girl as well, even though it wasn't an easy road to get there. At the end of the day, like there's a lot of light that still came out of this. And I'm glad he's finally just moving on, still doing a bunch of great things and just living his life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from day one, since he was announced as the Bachelor, we have all been rooting for him. We've all just been hoping that he finds what he's looking for, that he finds happiness. So maybe it was a roller coaster, maybe took a long roundabout way to get here, but it seems like he is really in a great place, which of course we love to see. You guys, those are all of the recent updates from Matt we have for you right now. Of course, as he continues to live his life, take steps forward, we will all keep you posted on his journey. In the meantime, we want to know what you guys thought of what he had to say about Katie's season. Do you feel the same way? Let us know down in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so we can keep you updated on all things Bachelor Nation. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, joined by the wonderful Avery Grooms. If you want to come say hi, our social handles are on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.